We're going back live to Princeton, Oregon now to national MSNBC reporter Tony Dokoupil. He is there with that man who is guarding the insurgents' camp there, and under that brown blanket is a rifle. I think you can see the rifle butt coming out of the blanket. Tony, what's the situation there now?
Lawrence, I'm here with Lavoy Finnegan. He's a 55-year-old rancher from Arizona, father of 11, and he says he believes there's a warrant out for his arrest, and he does not anticipate respecting that warrant. He's got a gun here under the blanket. And Lavoy, why don't you tell us what your plan is?
Well, first of all, let's get a little bit of things out here in front. The information may or may not be accurate, but it appeared to be highly credible that 5 warrants were issued for our arrest for me, for Ammon Bundy, for Ryan Bundy, and I'm not sure for the other 2. And by the FBI, federal warrants. And so if that is true, if that is the case, I do not want the FBI, federal agents, have to go running around in the dark, kicking in doors, looking for me, okay? I want them to know exactly where I'm at.
So if they come here with an arrest warrant and they try to put cuffs on you, what's your plan?
Well, they're not going to just come up with a guy holding a rifle and put cuffs on him, okay? They're not going to do that.
What do you think they're going to do, and what are you prepared to do?
Well, I hope that they go home. That's what I hope they do.
Let's presume that they're not. Let's presume that if there's not already a warrant out for your arrest, you are breaking the law, occupying this federal property. So perhaps at some point there will certainly be a warrant. When that warrant comes down, when that arrest comes, what do you tend to do in response?
I have been raised in the country all my life. I love dearly to feel the wind on my face, to see the sunrise, to see the moon in the night. I have no intention of spending any of my days in a concrete box. And so I will, whatever days, and I believe that there'll be many, and hopefully prosperous days to come, I will spend them riding my horses, trying to take care of my cows, and that's what I will do. But I will not spend it in a box.
So to avoid getting in that box, you're ready to do what?
You guys have so many hypotheticals.
If they come here and try to arrest you, they
Yes.
point a gun at you, they try to put cuffs on you, how far are you willing to take this?
Well, don't point a gun at me. You don't point a gun at somebody unless you're going to shoot them. That's the first thing your thought is, don't point guns at people. And so I'm telling them right now, don't point guns at me.
So you're prepared to die, better dead than in a cell?
Absolutely. Dude, would you like to be in a cell? Nobody wants to live their life in a cell. Absolutely, I'm not going to live my life in a cell.
And so you're out here prepared to die over what principle exactly?
It's about our country. It's about federalism. It's about the government closest to the people governs best. And what has happened is the powers in the government those powers have been brought back up into a centralized government. And so the counties and the states, those things that were dealt at county levels and state levels, are now so regulated by the federal levels that our freedoms and our ability to have contact with our representatives on a one-on-one, face-to-face basis is gone. It's gone. I have sat down with my county sheriff face-to-face. I've sat down with my county commissioner face-to-face. And, you know, John McCain, he's not going to sit down with me face-to-face. And if he does, he'll promise me lots of things, but he won't be able to change anything. That doesn't happen. Let the states manage and govern the things that pertain to the state. Let the counties manage and govern the things pertaining to the counties. And let the federal government go back to managing pertaining to protecting our borders and defending our nation. That's what they need to do. Keep commerce regular and a few narrowly other defined things that the Constitution lays down. Let's just go back to that. I believe in government, okay?
There's a man over our shoulder here with a bulletproof vest on and an assault rifle, and there are 2 pieces of construction equipment that have been moved. The people who moved them say they're for protection. There's something to shoot behind. How well armed and how well prepared are you in there?
I don't know what they're doing back there. I had the tarp over my head when they're moving that stuff up. So I don't know what they're doing, what their choices are going to be. Their choices must be their own. But obviously, this is my choice, and so I'll deal with what I am doing and what choices I will make. I can't speak for them.
You've got a family.
I do.
Have you said goodbye to them? Have you told them to prepare for the
No,
worst?
I haven't told them to prepare. I just told them that I love them, and you know, and I've spent a lot of time with my family. I've tried not to neglect them as I've raised them up from children. I spent a lot of time doing things with them, made them a priority in my life. And so my youngest is 17. She's a little firecracker. She'll be able to handle the cows and stuff. Well, if I come home soon or late, or don't come home, they are capable children. They are very refined. I have two a son-in-law and a son, and another person in the military. I have three of my children in the military. You know, and they're, you know, one's studying to be a doctor, and one's an accountant. You know, these are good kids.
You know, there are people who are watching this who are going to say to themselves, this man's a terrorist who's occupied someone else's property and who's got a death wish. Evidently, that's one of your fans.
That's a good man.
There are people who are watching this who would say to themselves, you're a terrorist,
Yes.
You've occupied land that's not your own, and you've got a death wish. There's a gun over your lap and you're asking for it.
I have no death wish. I love life. I have 20 grandkids. Actually, I have 19 and 2 on the way.
Okay, 19 and 2 on the way, so
Yes.
you've got something to live with,
I have something to live
but you're
for.
prepared to die.
I'm prepared to defend freedom.
Okay, Lawrence, that's the best word here. Back
Tony,
to you.
could you just ask him what his reaction is to the Mormon Church condemning his actions there?
Yes, Lavoy, what's your reaction to the Mormon Church, your Mormon, condemning your actions here and the actions of your colleagues?
Yeah, again, I want to make this very clear that this in no way is condoned by the church. I'm not speaking for the church. I don't represent the church. This is these actions must rest squarely upon my own shoulders and mine alone.
All right, Lawrence, back to you.
Tony Dokoupil, thank you very much. We'll be right back.